Let me just introduce for you Edmund Hillary from the 0.xchange team. He's going to be doing a demo, or it looks like a quick presentation for us here. We're actually very excited to have him with us today, and so I'll hand it over to him.
Edmund Hillary here from 0.xchange. I'm going to blow through a couple quick slides and then show some really cool cross-chain goodness. So with that said, going right into it because we have a little bit of time. We are 0.xchange. We're an omni-chain decentralized exchange currently servicing Avalanche, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and very recently Moonbase Alpha. So a huge thank you to Moonbeam for this entire event. Just looking and listening to all the other speakers this morning, it's got some big shoes. So I'm just excited to be here. Real quick about 0.xchange, who are we? We're an omni-chain decentralized exchange. We're an automated market maker. So if you're not familiar with that, that's your Uniswaps, your Sushi swaps. We're a launchpad newly, which is a big piece of the whole cross-chain story. We also offer bridging technology. So why omni-chain, right? So it's the interoperable. Oh boy, it's the echo that's killing me. The interoperability is the future, right? Projects should be free to choose the chains they transact on, and choice is king. And so why do we touch on those three big points? And it's mostly that we now live in a world where it isn't just Ethereum. And obviously Moonbeam very much gets that, and we're going to go through that quickly in a second. I had a whole slide on why Polkadot, but it's been covered kind of on ad nauseum in a couple of the other previous presentations. So I'm just going to go right to why Moonbeam instead. They have a full Ethereum feature implementation, which is going to make it easy for projects like 0.xchange to run a full EVM, which makes it very easy for those that have ERC tokens and Ethereum projects to launch on parachains and on a Polkadot. And so, if you go right to Moonbeam's website, what do you see? Multi-chain is the future. So as you can see, you're already seeing the cohesion of omni-chain, multi-chain. You're going to hear a lot of those terms. And they also have their own bridging efforts underway. So together, and this is why we're real excited to even be part of this event, and it kind of touches and pulls in all the other pieces of this quick deck, is that again a project should have choice as to where they want to live. So with with Moonbeam, we have the ability to offer Kusama and DOT and the native Polkadot assets, but also all the other projects that want to launch on the different parachains and the interconnection of the parachains and the interconnection of Ethereum and the interconnection of Avalanche and Binance Smart Chain and Polkadot. We want to, Zero wants to be the on-ramp to that, but Moonbeam wants to be the overarching connection of all the parachains. So it's really where you're going to see all those connections for the bridges and the different chains, and it gives choice. When gas and Gwei skyrocket, you're left with this. You're left with not a lot of choice. Whereas when you test out all these other different blockchain solutions, you can see why that's so valuable. So demo time. It's not going to be the longest of demos you've ever seen, but it's one we're pretty excited to show. So I'm going to stop sharing PowerPoint. I think we always joke that Santa's, oh boy. We always joke that Santa's elves are working very hard behind the scenes. So there's part of this we're going to be able to show in our brand new V2 site, and then part we're not going to be able to show, and we'll pop over to a different environment. So we're trying to create interfaces that make it very easy and simple to use. So just clicking around some aspects of the new pieces, it's supposed to show information that's important to you right away. That, what are your balances for your different things? Now imagine as it does that across your chains or as you're switching your networks. which then, similar to like your pool screen and your earnings, and these are all things that are pretty important to current DeFi users. So if we go over to our cross-chain brain bridge, and this is where I'm going to then have to pop over to staging. But if you go to if we select, okay, I want to send some zero token from which blockchain to which blockchain. And so here we have Rink to the different networks. And that's where the demo stops for V2, because on our staging environment, we have pretty fantastic. Let's do a quick refresh of the screen. Trying to figure out if I'm echoing as bad as I think I'm echoing. I think we're okay. All right, so cross-chain, that's why we're all here, right? So where are we sitting right now? Rinkeby. Where do we want to go? Moonbase. Say I want to choose all those other chains, Fuji, Smart Chain Test, Moonbase, Mumbai. The whole point is that a single token can live anywhere. So in this case, we're going to send some zero. I think I've previously sent some just testing, but we'll send 5,000. We have a couple little things showing the wrong information in some buttons, easy enough to fix. MetaMask does its thing. And here's a great example. MetaMask is getting better and better and better. So as you are switching your RPCs, it's getting more intelligent. It'll add the network information for you. It's already doing that for Avalanche and Binance Smart Chain, and it'll be coming soon to Moon. So that way, right when you select your Moonbeam network and you want to start training the Glimmer, what's going to happen? Or River. It's going to detect that you've never added that network, and it's going to add it. So the transfer is approved. We're going to start the transfer. And all that's happening right now is with any bridging technology using ChainSafe is it's taking your native asset. So in this case, your Ethereum asset. It's sending it into the bridge. It locks that asset, and then it's going to mint an asset on the other side. So in this case, it's taking ERC20, 0. It's locking it in the bridge, and it's going to mint it as Moonbase, as a Polkadot asset. So it says it's completed. Generally, the relayers and everything take a couple of minutes to finish the transfer. But if we go over to our swaps page, so we're still on Rink, but we're going to switch it. And this is so if we were doing, say, to show some of that, if we were going to pick Fuji and we hit switch network, and you'll see that it auto selects it. And if I hadn't had Fuji selected, it would add the RPC. That's where Moonbeam's going to get to. But in this case, we're gonna select Moonbase Alpha. Got my dev tokens. Got my 0, which I sent over earlier. We just sent over 5,000, so we're waiting for that to basically come out of the bridge and mint. Right. But the whole point is that you have your 0 tokens. They're gonna come over on Moonbase, and so we're gonna see that balance go up to about 25,000, and that'll be your minted Polkadot 0. So again, okay, and then even better, right? So now we can do Moonbase back to, I don't know, Fuji, right? We want to send Polkadot assets to Avalanche. So what if you wanted to have AVAX that existed in the Polkadot world, or if you wanted to have BNB that existed in the Polkadot world, or it's really just all these different chunks that have been very hard for people to own are now capable and fully decentralized on all the different chains. But again, just to show that, we'll do 10,000. We'll make it some weird number. Going to Fuji in this case. And some of this will start to get better. As you can see, there's some predefined stuff that depends on whatever network you're coming from. Again, MetaMask is getting tremendously better, even over the last month. So, the hardest thing about cross-chaining is those aspects that involve, setting up your wallets. So the easier that gets, you break down walls and user adoption. So again, it isn't the I don't know, sexiest of them, but it's very important. It's important for assets to be able to live in multiple places. It's important to give projects choice, and that's again one of the mission statements of Zero and one of the mission statements of Moonbeam. And I'm going to let this finish up. We're going to hope that the demo demons didn't get me today. We'll just do a quick check on the swaps while that's going. See if our Zero came across yet. And there's your nice weird num. So, and you can always go to the block explorer to see if it's minted yet. Well, we'll go to Fuji too. I know I have like 1 or 2 minutes, but we're gonna try. I know it can take a couple of minutes, so, but we can check. So that was my test from earlier where you can see the minting, you can see the transfer out. So the mint in hasn't occurred yet, but it can take a couple of minutes, which isn't great for when people are waiting for it to come across. But we'll check the Avalanche side all the same. Here's my Fuji. Okay. I know I'm about to get booted, so I'm going to talk really fast. There's my mint from earlier. So it's this boat just takes a couple of minutes, especially in the dev nodes. So hopefully they'll pop over in the next couple of minutes, and then it'll be kind of, you get to see the wowing moment. But that is really the demo, and again, they will come across. The production networks are a little bit more stable, but again, the overarching hat to wear is that choice is really, really important. Omni-chain and multi-chain is very much the future. Interoperability is the future, and obviously Zero is that's one of our core tenements, but it's Moonbeam's as well, and just really excited by having this opportunity to present here today.
Thanks, Ed. I think you're underselling it. This is very impressive to be able to move assets across 2 different blockchains so easily. I am very excited for this to go live when Moon River is launched, which we all hope will happen soon. So thank you for this demo. This has been great, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
Cool. So everyone, if you guys, we're going to end this session. If you want to hop right over, we have 2 panels left, and then we're going to wrap it up for the day. So we have an NFT panel next, followed by some other parachains in the ecosystem. So you can access those again at the bar at the top.